Rejoice, ye penny-pinching nerds, rejoice! For this is a season unbound by our bank accounts, unfettered by fees. A legendary age of liberty. This is the Summer of Free! Hey, I'm Peter Franson from Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central. This is the final segment of the Summer of Free that we're celebrating this year, 2015, and I got some help from you guys on this one. Greg from Tulsa starts out by writing, Apple Music is free for the first 3 months. Make sure, though, that you go into your subscription settings and turn off auto-renew. I don't know if you guys know what the Spirit Blade audio drama, I don't know what you guys know, but the Spirit Blade audio drama is on Apple Music, so if you've been waiting, not sure if you want to purchase it, guess what? You can try it now. Those are Greg's words, not mine, but thank you for the plug, Greg. So yeah, that sounds like a really cool deal. I'm not familiar with Apple Music and what all that entails, but if you're like a music fan and particularly looking for geeky music, of course, you know, I know that you can find all kinds of music from film scores and stuff. So if you want to get the soundtrack for your favorite geeky movie or whatever, then that certainly still has some significant geek appeal. And of course, hopefully, you'll find that the Spirit Blade audio dramas have geek appeal. I would just add really quick, this just kind of comes to mind right now, that now would be the time to go ahead and check out the Spirit Blade audio drama if you plan to on any time in the near future. Sometime this fall, I think, I'm actually going to be taking it off of distribution so that I can do a little bit of a rebranding type stuff that's going to sync up with the release of the third part of the trilogy. So there will probably be 2, maybe 3 months where it won't be found. Certainly not like on Amazon and CD Baby and iTunes and stuff like that. Maybe for a little less time it will be absent from the from SpiritBlade.com. But anyway, if you're interested in getting into that trilogy and checking out what's come out so far, now would be a great time to do it because it might be unavailable for a few months in the near future. All right, and then John Wilkerson calls in to recommend The Secret of QWERTY. I'll let him tell you about it.
Hey Peter, John Wilkerson here, and I just wanted to submit an entry for the Summer of Free, and that is The Secret of QWERTY. It is a little retro-styled RPG that uses nothing but the keyboard. In fact, the way the battles are done is when you're in battle, you get a little pop-up box that has a word that you have to type. So it's kind of like a typing tutor too, which makes it educational on top of that, which you can throw your kids in front of if you want to give them a little typing practice. But The Secret of QWERTY, it's available at, let's see if I can remember this URL correctly, cannibalcat.itch.io. That's cannibalcat.itch.io. You can do a Google search for The Secret of QWERTY and it's going to come up. You can see some gameplay stuff. It is a fun little game to play, and you will find that you have committed hours and hours of time to playing it after a while.
And then lastly, I want to recommend that you stop by GOG.com. That stands for Good Old Games. You've probably heard of this. These guys are mostly known for taking like old games that don't run on modern operating systems and patching them so that they will run without any problems on Windows 7, 8, and 10, So it's a great place. It's also completely DRM free, but I'm not recommending, for the Summer of Free that you go and buy stuff from them. But what I will say is that they have like a growing number of free games that are available over there. If you sign up for a free account, you can go over to their website, you can change the filters, go to look at games, and then change the filters so that the price is free only, and it'll show you a list of free games. And most of them are definitely, retro style, a lot of point and click adventures. There's some arcade, shooters and stuff like that. And but there's at least one that has some, modern graphics, a first person shooter. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's a great place to go to just kind of check out some free stuff. I mean, I will say that their deals that they run are awesome. So there is a little bit of risk, to be tempted to spend money when you're there or once you're familiar with GOG.com if you're not already. already. But I think it's a great entry point and potentially just something to kind of fill up a little bit of time with as you save money in the meantime to go and check out their free games as well as their free movies. Now they only have, I think, 2 so far that are available there, but they're okay. Well, one of them is okay, I should say. Let's see, we got TBPAF and The Art of Playing. Now, The Art of Playing, I've seen, it's pretty short. I wouldn't call it a movie. I think it's like 20 to 40 minutes or something like that. And it is kind of cool, but I mean, to call it like a full-length movie experience, might be a little misleading unintentionally. But I can definitely recommend TBPAFK. That's a full-length documentary about the Pirate Bay, how it came to be, and the controversy that it stirred up, which is they're basically streaming, pirated content there, that is exchanged between users and stuff, and just all the legal trouble that they got into. And it's a really interesting documentary just from a geek standpoint, because oftentimes, we're very entertainment focused, and much of our entertainment is experienced or found online. And it's also, I think, interesting from a Christian biblical perspective to sort through, okay, what ideals are these guys subscribing to that created the Pirate Bay? Are they good ideals or not? And where's the line, between like recognizing when something is morally right or wrong or legally right or wrong, and what's the relationship between those two? Those are thoughts that might kind of go through your head. They're not really explored during the movie, but as I watched it, I was thinking to myself, this is really interesting, because there's some of the things that these guys care about that created the Pirate Bay that I think are good things to care about, but yet they are encouraging the illegal behavior of all of their users. They're encouraging copyright violation for all of their users. So, and it's interesting also to try and sort through, okay, well, what do the documentarians think about this? Are they on the side of these guys? So they kind of straddle that line. I think that possibly, based on a message that pops up at the end as the screen goes black right before the credits roll, it says something to the effect of, please freely distribute this video, make copies of it, and distribute it wherever, So in that way, they seem to be aligning themselves with some of the spirit of the guys that started the Pirate Bay. But at the same time, they do not paint these guys in a favorable light throughout the movie. In fact, much of it, there's a very unfavorable light shining on these guys that run the Pirate Bay and the trouble they've gotten themselves into. And so it's just a very interesting documentary that I would definitely recommend checking out if you want like a free night of entertainment. All right, well, that wraps it up for the Summer of Free 2015. Remember, you can go to summeroffree.com anytime during the year to check out all the archived editions of the Summer of Free and kind of what's been highlighted in the past, so that really any time of the year, summer, winter, spring, or fall, can be the Summer of Free at summeroffree.com.
ChristianGeekCentral.com